You, every once in a while, get a patient to come in and they have body odor and they want to know why they have it. First order of business is, why do we get body odor? It's very simple. Our body secretes sweat, or basically oil, from its glands. And then we have little creatures living on us. They're called bacteria, yeast, and fungus. And the bacteria in particular eat the oil from our body that is secreted, and then they create a gas in them and they fart that gas out. And that's the smell you're smelling in body odor. And it can change based on what you eat, because if you eat X, Y, or Z, then you sweat out something a little different, the bacteria eats it, and then you fart, and then you get your smell. Think about this. If you ate a pizza and farted, or if you ate a hot dog and beans and farted, the smell is going to be different. Same with the bacteria. Now, the first order of business is to getting rid of smell is to kill the bacteria. I love a tried and true and good old bleach bath. What you do is you take your full tub, you put a half a cup of bleach in it, Clorox bleach, and then you fill the tub up and you just soak your body in it. That will kill any yeast, fungus, and bacteria on you, so you don't even have the critters there to eat the food, to fart, so you get stinky. So that's one really good trick. I like to do that once a week. You only need to soak for 10 minutes. When you're done, go under your own shower and rinse off the bleach. No soap needed at that point. A second trick we could do to kill bacteria is we can actually give you an antibacterial lotion that you could put under your arms. The only problem with that is you get resistance. There's no resistance to the bleach that I discussed in the last episode, so I love the bleach first. Now, I guess the third order of business is you could take probably a week's worth of antibiotics once a month to kill something broad spectrum. Broad spectrum means kills everything. I think it's a little overkill, but I guess that would help stinky people. I said there was two things that can help stinky people. First thing is you gotta kill the bacteria that do all the farting that makes the smell, or you stop sweating, because the sweat gets released, the oil comes out, the bacteria eat it. So either you kill the bacteria or you kill the source of the bacteria's food. And so one option to decrease stinkiness is to actually get Botox under your arms, which will prevent sweating for about 6 months to a year. And then without sweating, even if you had the bacteria living on your skin still, they really wouldn't have that food to sort of produce the gas from. So when you have a stinky person, you got two options. Either you kill the bacteria or you kill the sweat. A lot of times when people have little stinky armpits, they also have a diagnosis called hyperhidrosis. Hyperhidrosis is when your body excessively sweats more than another human. How do you know? It's considered a sweat that goes through 1 or 2 layers of clothes, where you can see your pit marks inside the clothes. And it could be also a sweat induced by anxiety. And those things can induce hyperhidrosis. There's one final thing that I forgot to talk about that can actually decrease sweat and then theoretically kill bacteria. Those are microwaves. That's right, there's a machine called Mirror Dry. We got it in our offices, where you sizzle the glands that are making the sweat and they die, and therefore you theoretically kill off layers of bacteria because they have no food to thrive. That's like what you do in a country house. When you have a mouse there, you're not there for a while, the mouse dies, there's no food, you don't keep no food on the rack, they go away. Same thing with sweat. Everybody be asking me this question, is it healthy not to sweat? The bottom line, what's gonna happen to you if you don't? There's maybe like 0.1% of patients that get this thing called refractory sweating, where they sweat more in other places. If they sweat less in this place, they sweat more in that place. That's 0.1%, 99.9%, nothing happened to you. And then other people think, oh, you're gonna overheat, your body's gonna, no, you can't stop sweating everywhere, sweetie. You're gonna be sweating somewhere, your body ain't gonna overheat, it's gonna be just fine. Somebody told me about Bruce Lee getting rid of his goddamn sweat glands. He cut them out, he did mirror dry, whatever he did, and he died from overheating. You cannot die from overheating from moving sweat glands in this small area, because you sweat from your entire body. Now, somebody asked me this question on Instagram, how many sweat glands do we have underneath our arms? That is impossible to answer, because there's a bunch of them, and every human is different. There's no set amount you have. Does Mirror Dry eliminate all of them if you do it? The answer is 90% after 2 treatments. So you still have a little bit left. Nobody be counting how many sweat glands a human be having, because it's just not important. And very interestingly, there are some humans that are born without any sweat glands. They're called anhydrosis. That means when you don't sweat. And they are humans with genetic defects that don't actually have sweat glands or any what we call appendages. Appendages are different glands that we have in our skin. And these are called ectodermal dysplasia patients. And they're different types. They're very rare genetic diseases, but these people cannot sweat. If you suffer from an ectodermal dysplasia, I know your pain. I've seen a couple of patients like this, but the best place to go with that condition is NYU. They got a very good genetic clinic there. Columbia got a very good genetic clinic. That's where you go when you have these problems. If you want to learn more about this topic, you could visit us at cindyderm.com or call our office at 718-491-5800.